I did a video yesterday on the fact that, after all, you might not actually be fined by TfL if you don't pay the ultra-low emission zone charge. Loads and loads and loads of you made comments, and I want to go through some of them now. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for the support again as we continue to grow. It's great, and thank you ever so much. Well, yesterday did a video entitled TfL can't fine you, or Sadiq can't fine you after all. And it was all about the fact that TfL may well issue warnings rather than actual penalty charge notices if you don't pay the ULEZ charge. And there was an awful lot of comments on there, and I want to go through some of them, and let's hear what you have to say. So here goes. Right, David Taylor. Does anyone know if cars with foreign number plates are charged in the ULEZ zone, and how? I'm sure they would be, but if they decide to leave the country and not pay, how's that going to work? Borgie, who sets the size of the fine, and why is it 180 quid but reduced to £90 if paid one time? How can they justify a £180 fine? Probably can't. Jamie Wood, pay nothing or you're accepting this scam. That's exactly what it is. And you know, it's about, I think they've poured about 7 million quid into advertising this, trying to make out it's a good thing. Cam Kai, not yet, but as soon as the cashless system comes in, they'll just take it. Paul C, my diesel car each year passes the permitted emissions test, which I still believe is regulated by the government. So because my vehicle passes this test via its annual MOT, surely my vehicle is compliant, irrespective of the age, as long as the emissions test is within the official safe limits. I had a chat with my mechanic about that, and you know, wanted to know what was actually tested in that emissions thing. I know a certificate of conformity from the car manufacturer, maybe a way around it. It's something I'm trying to do at the moment with mine. Mr. Cyrus Divus, just all delivery and haulier companies boycott London. They'll be burning the place down and eating each other in a week, or just boycott delivering to any government building premises. See what happens when it affects them. That's what's going to happen, isn't it? People are just going to not want to go in there. Axiom, all of London, Biggin Hill and Sevenoaks is not London. Fuck you, Les. Well, I think everybody is of the view what you just said at the end of it, but you know, it's all of London boroughs, and you know, it even stretches out to areas it shouldn't do. I think they've overstepped the mark by quite a long way. John Day, I'm phoning Guy Fawkes, got a job he'll have to do. It's the only way to eradicate tyranny. Is that the last person that went into Parliament with honourable intentions? John Day, come on Britain, pay nothing, it's illegal. Glenn Bartlett, and since when did the roads of London become privatised? Like I've always said, there's only one fee or charge I'll ever pay when using public road in the UK, be it in any city or out in the sticks. It's called road tax, providing that the vehicle you are driving is up to the standards of Highway Agency, which includes emissions in the UK. Also, it's called a Ministry of Transport certificate, which applies to every vehicle, be it new, 10 years old, 20 years old, or even 40 years old, also known as an MOT. So therefore, I'm under no contract to pay any fees to drive on any roads that are public. TfL do not own the roads of London. Your road tax does. Very valid point. I've heard that said before. Dantastic. Am I the only person who's realised that there's going to be loads of cars parked on the hard shoulders of the motorways waiting for midnight so they can get in, sleep, get the job done and get the hell out that shithole in one day? I haven't heard anyone else say it. Could be. I'm Ben Dell. One hell of a big scam all round. Paul Kelly, I've now converted to Muslim and registered my car with TfL so I can travel each day to pray. That's right. I heard somewhere that you're exempt if you're travelling for religious purposes. Religious purposes, yes. Patricia Palmer, what are we paying road tax for? May as well stop. Can't pay road tax twice. Good point. Check out the Glasgow Clean Air Zone cost if your vehicle is not compliant. That's John Jonas. Tony Atkinson. I think we will all just have to boycott and avoid London. Let Sadiq Khan run his own little kingdom. I just feel sorry for all the small shops and businesses in outer London that are going to go out of business due to ULEZ. I feel sorry for them, and I also feel sorry for the vulnerable and older people who now have a situation where it's going to cost them to drive down the road and get a paper or go and see a relative. Loads of examples of that. Bobby, you get one warning and then you have to pay. Colin, even if we had the legal power, what the uck's he going to do if you don't pay? Yeah, so I wonder if anyone's taken it the whole way so far. Be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? Harry Zero might not be fined. He's not good enough. Me BW6XI. It's Khan the dictator, and it seems Sunak and Starmer are scared of him. ULEZ is a disgrace, but it's an even bigger disgrace that it's all gone this far. Absolutely. Terry Tunney. It's all about money. The grabbing gits will soon stop the warning letters. Yeah, they will. I don't think that's going to last very long. Christian Mungo. Sunak's spineless response to stopping ULEZ tells you everything you need to know about this government attitude to it. Vote reform. The only problem with reform is the voting system in this country. Do they stand any chance? Let's see. David Thompson. If everyone drove into London in their cars on a normal day and refused to pay the tax of ULEZ, then the whole system would collapse and they wouldn't have enough manpower to cope with non-payments, and the police and the courts would also collapse. Anarchy rules. I think they call that mass non-compliance, don't they? Paul, Andy, as you well know, when you're driving, you're looking on the road ahead, and for cyclists, motorbikes, etc., and not reading every road sign that's out there. So safe driving practice will go out the window unless every driver has a passenger to ride as a navigator. That's a good point. You get all these signs, don't you? And they do put you off. Right, this is the last comment. This is from A Soul Unwashed. Lovely screen name. People can't see that this is leading to a poll tax moment. I remember that very well. ULEZ is so unpopular, people will welcome pay per mile. It's amazing how many knuckle-dragging car-driving Neanderthals don't understand that local roads are funded by local authorities, paid for by council taxpayers, so Khan can do what he wants. Also, if you have an older car, its emission test as part of the MOT is to a different standard. That's why they can pass an MOT but not be ULEZ compliant. It's clear from the petrol heads that intelligence isn't needed to drive a car. Well, the rudeness besides, you've got a couple of valid points. I was told by my mechanic that the emission standards are different, that they're tested to. When you do an MOT, you have to go down the certificate of conformity route with the manufacturer. It's the only way you can do it. Get it registered with TfL, and hopefully they can exclude you from it. Pay per mile, I think, is what's going to happen. I mean, this has been spoken about for ages, hasn't it? This is all just a big Trojan horse. The cameras are up, the signs are up. ULEZ will become so unpopular, they'll shuffle that off and bring in pay per mile instead. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Anyway, folks, that's the last comment on that video. Let me know if you have anything else. I'm off. I'll see you shortly with one more. Toodaloo.